Good morning. Steve Comalander back with you again today. We're going to try to catch some vertical crappies, fishing vertical, straight down. Bear with me. We got to get on our little spot. We're fishing with a little jig here with a little lead above it. We're going to fish straight down in about 20 foot of water, and we're going to see if we can catch some white perch. Or crappies, hopefully crappies. So what I'm gonna do is I got a little ditch turn right here. I'm gonna try to drop it straight on. First time this morning. I hadn't dropped the jig out yet. So we're gonna see what they'll do. Hey, never know. So we got to give it a shot. We'll hit the spot here first this morning, and then we'll move around and we try to find something. I don't know what to expect. The same old, same old. Water's low. They won't pump me any water in here to catch any fish like I want to. So I'm gonna have to struggle again. And it's been a struggle. With low water, it's a struggle. But hey, sooner or later, these fish got to eat unless they eat all night long, and they probably did. But anyhow, it's early in the morning, sun just coming up, just getting here. We're gonna drop it down here to the bottom and see if there's a couple of crappies laying right here on the bottom, just sitting there inactive with this low water, and see if we can catch one. You never know. So what we're doing, we yo-yoing this jig around. I'm trying to turn the boat where the sun won't be in that camera. I know it's kind of glary, so. And we're gonna see if we can make one bite here this morning again. It's on a Thursday morning. And it's dropped back cold again, 30s this morning, so I tell you, this weather's up and down. It makes it real hard to try to catch a fish. It makes them inactive and probably they'll do the same things I think they've been doing. They bite in the evening when the water temperature warms up during the day. Believe it or not, I ain't got on my little, there you come off, my little stump down there. So I'm right on the spot. Whatever's down there, I grabbed it, and I see a crappie, but he's not biting. That's a bad sign. When you see one, when you first stop and drop it down, you see one they won't bite, that is a bad sign. That's a sign they're inactive. And so we're gonna try to make him bite, but he ain't wanting it, or he'd already be hit it. Gonna be one of them days again. Maybe we'll find something. I don't know. Hey, it's what they call it, fishing. But I hit that little log, and it looked like the fish followed it up when I jerked it off of it, and on the fish finder, and he didn't bite it. And that's always a bad sign. What we'll do is we'll start right here, and the way I do it, I'll start here, and then I'll if I don't get a bite here, I'll troll down through the middle to the other little spot over there, and if don't get a bite there, then we'll go hunt something else. We might go white perch fishing. I've kind of lost the white perch. They kind of in between, and you don't know where they moving about like these crappies. So I don't know. Cold weather again this morning. It's going to mess them up. Water temperature dropped back into 50s. Believe it or not, it can't make up its mind. One couple of days ago was 65 or so. Now it's back in the 50s. So hey, you just got to struggle when the weather's like this. Have a few pretty days and then it drops back cold. And these fish are inactive. I can tell you right now, they're not going to bite. It's going to be a struggle. I've been catching anywhere from 5 crappies to 11. I hadn't caught over 11 yet. And there's one. Oh, man. I stuck him, but he got off. Told you he was down there. Told you. I stuck him, but he got off. He finally got mad enough and hit it. And that was a crappie, too. He hit it. And when I set the hook, I just barely felt him, so he didn't suck it in like he should. Kind of nibbled at it, and I barely got him on the lip. So that might be my only bite right here. But it was one there. Hey, it was one there. There's no doubt about that. I knew he was. I seen him. We're going to circle these jigs around here again and see if we can pick him up. See if he'll bite it again. I doubt it. After that first bite, I doubt it. I got a little taste of that hook in his mouth. I did grab him, but he hit it. Can I say he hit it? He gave me an opportunity and I missed him. So Now it might be another rope. There he is again. There he is again. See, aggravate him enough till he bit it. Straight down on top of him, and he's a nice one too. He's a good one. He's a good one. Big old slab crappie. Look at that. Big old slab crappie. Made him bite. He didn't want it. I can tell you right now, he didn't want it. Big old slab Monticello crappie. Look at that. Ain't that a pretty way to start? That's a good way to start right there. I don't know if that was the same one that did it before. Hey, but we got one. Hey, that's a good sign on a slow day already. First 5 minutes to catch a crappie, you got to love that, and I had 2 bites. Can't ask for much more than that this day and time. It ain't like old times, but yeah, it ain't like old times. We just sit there and kill them. That's a nice crappie, people. Nice crappie. All right, Monticello crappie. Already this morning. You got to love that. See if we can get another one of them. I knew he was there. I could see it. I could see it. Made him bite. Made him bite. Pull back up here and see if we can get another one of these Monticello crappies. Got to be more than one there. That could have been the second one. The other one hit. Unless the same crappie hit twice, I just truly believe he didn't do that. I see another one down there. It's several down in there around that log. No doubt. Several of them. Right around that log. And we targeted him with one rod this morning. We don't have any minnows. I left the house and didn't bring my minnows, which I don't care. I think them minnows caused me to catch less fish because I'm aggravating with them. I believe I can just zero in on this jig and one rod, maybe sling another little long rod out there and sling a minnow. But I believe I can catch more fish without messing with minnows. I can target them better. I can move the boat, twist it around, and ain't got to worry about that minnow getting all hung up in my trolling motor. So a lot of times you can get too much stuff. You're better off with just one rod, focusing on one rod, and you got more control of what's going on. And then I can move the boat around in circles and swing them jigs, and without that other rod out, it's important. And I think sometimes by trying to overdo and trying to have all these minnows and stuff in the way, really hinders you from catching a lot of fish because you can't move the boat like you want to. So one rod, I think, if you're good enough to zero in on fish, is all you need. I think you can overdo it. It gives you more opportunities, but yet you can't move the boat, maneuver the boat like you want to, and sling them jigs with more than one rod because the lines will get up under there. Next thing you know, you got it in the trolling motor, and all that. So I think with one rod, focusing on one rod is a lot better. Less chances, but I think you end up, end of the day, catching more fish if you can just focus on you working that one rod and focus on where it's at, because you can't focus on 3 or 4 different things. That's hard to do. It'll work you to death. I noticed the other day when I was fishing with crappies and had them minnow rods out, I was too focused on leaning down and getting the line right, and I couldn't work my jig right on this one rod, and so I was really not focusing on what I'm doing with this rod, thinking about them minnow rods. So today we don't have any minnows, and it's probably a blessing I forgot them. Right there now, we coming up right on that little log jam, and there's about 3 crappies I see laying right there on it. No question. There's no question. His crappies there. No question. Getting a jig that he wants on him is the thing. Now they bit that one. Let's see if we can circle around and get them to bite another one. Sometimes you can take this yoke. Uh-oh, I got in that trash. That ain't good. There's a stump or something down that day come loose. Sometimes you get hung up, you don't set the hook. You can just kind of twitch it and it'll come loose, especially with that lead above it. So Another good reason to have that lead above it. I like it because with that little lead above the jig, when I twitch it, it kind of yo-yos that jig. So it gives it some different action with that lead slinging. And that's why I don't use just a jig. I like the lead above it. It gives it a slinging action, and a slinging action is what you want. Because if you wiggle that rod, if you go left to right, left to right, left to right, it's shaking that thing like this under there, and it's slinging that jig. And a lot of times you can trigger a bite slinging it left and right, left and right, left and right, and then let the line go down and want to take it. So they like that sporadic action that it's doing, like a minnow trying to die something. And so you take that thing and twitch it back and forth, and then you hit it. And a lot of times he'll hit it when you relax it. And that's what we're doing today. We giving it a bunch of different approaches. And you find out what they want the best, and they'll take it. Sometimes they're just looking at it, and when it does something different, they'll pop it. But it definitely, about 2 or 3 crappies down there. And it's about 18 to 20 foot of water. And it drops right on off to about 25 right there. And it comes up to about 12 right here. So we on a drop, on a turn, a creek turn. Is what we're doing. I'm going to try to catch one more vertical fishing for you. Make a short clip. Our clips have been too long because it's been taking so dang long to catch a fish. So, but anyhow, we caught one, and I had the second bite. The first one I missed. That might be, and I tell you, with this clear water, I can see 5 foot, and I'm not fishing but 18 or so. So, you know, after you catch 1 or 2, they know you're there. In clear water fishing, they know you're there. So you got to basically keep working different spots and doing different things, because you can't sit right there and keep sitting right there unless you just sitting still and sitting there with a minnow out and waiting for something to cruise through to bite a minnow, which a lot of people do that. I don't like to fish like that, but a lot of people do that. I like to fish that one rod and zero in on it. Really is what I really truly like. And I feel like I've accomplished something when I put it on him and catch him. Now right there's a couple fish up higher. Them could very well be crappies cruising through. And we'll see if we can get one of them. Now this is a little deeper out from that. So, you know, there might be some hanging out deeper. Hey, it might be that I got to change colors jigs too. Them jokers are funny now, I'm telling you. They funny. They are funny. I know I got it down there right by one right now. I see him. I see him. Let's sling this jig around in a circle and make him bite it. I know he's there. There's some hanging right out from that little drop, and there's some right on the drop. But I'm telling you, yesterday I seen in another cove around there, I caught one big one. I seen them down there. I knew they was there, and boy, that first one just nailed it. Well, after I caught that big one, guess what? It was fish all down there, but you could not get another to bite. I don't care what you done. So I left and went up the creek, caught another one. Then I come back and hit the same spot again and caught one more. And they just quit. It's like surprising them. It's like when you sit there for a little bit and jiggle it, they get used to it and they won't hit it. There he is. There he is. There he is. See what I mean? You got to make him bite it. Make him bite it. He don't want it. You're making him bite it. And that's what we doing. You're aggravating him till he bites it. Look at that. See what I mean? Now he's not a big one. He's a good almost a pound. He's almost a pound. And I'm telling you, I know they're there. You just got to keep harassing them until they bite it. You keep harassing them, straight down on them, and keep aggravating them till one will bite it. The old fisherman knows how to aggravate these fish. And this is what I'm talking about. We caught 2 crappies. Now, one of them's a little bit bigger than the other. Neither one of them weigh over 1.5 pounds. But, hey, they nice crappies. Look at that. That's a nice crappie. That's an old male. See how black he's turning? That's an old male crappie right there. And this is, that's a male too. Both of them males. The old females is probably right out there a little deeper. So we're going to ease around a little deeper and catch them. And this is the way you target and fish for falling waters again. You target these fish and you make them bite with a crappie jig, with a yo-yo in it, with a lead above it. A number 7 lead is what I'm using. Steve Comalander, Lake Monticello, on how to vertical fish.